Hi guys, my name is Lily. I welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I study architecture in the midst of my bachelor and master's, and I'm currently doing an internship. Therefore, I moved out with the love of my life in Zurich, and this is what this video will be all about on moving out. I structured the video in 5 parts. First one would be why I moved out. Second would be budgeting because this is closely related to money. Third thing would be design or the design aspects of it. Fourth thing would be family and my personal relationships a bit. And fifth thing would be future insights or what hopefully you can take along out of it. Because this is what my channel is all about. If there's only one person that can benefit from it, then this was all worth it. So let's get going, I would say. And if you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Write down in the comments how it maybe was for you to move out and what you wish you knew when you first did. I would really appreciate that, and I'm curious also about it to hear from you, and maybe we can all learn something from each other. This is what I hope for, to build this kind of community where we're somehow there for each other. So, first thing would be the reason why I moved out. At the beginning of the year, I always write down goals, what I want to experience, what I want to be able to achieve, what I want to see, what I want to feel, what I want to, I don't know, some kind of a vision board. Sometimes I do it very visually, sometimes I write it down. This year I want to do a bingo card for the very first time. But this I do yearly, and one of the goals there was to move in with the love of my life. I never dreamt that it's possible so quickly, so fast, so soon, but it was, and this was a huge quality of life improvement, especially regarding the location. Because if you didn't know me, I lived on the countryside of Switzerland. It was around 1 hour to Zurich with the fast train 45 minutes, not that bad, but to uni it was 1:15 till 1.5. So I would lose around 3 hours just with traveling, and I try to use this time wisely by working it for uni. But let's be honest, it's still a lot of wasted time, and especially with the architecture student schedule, where you sometimes at uni till 9, 10, 11, or you're lucky to get home before 12 p.m., then you still have to get home for around 1 hour and you just want to eat, sleep, and be able to have enough energy for the next day to finish your project. So that's that. Regarding this, right now, I have 20 till 30 minutes to get to work in the heart of Zurich. This is quite central to me. For someone who lives or grew up in Zurich, it's still a lot, but to me, this is excellent. I will have 15 minutes to university if I start my master's at ETH, which is insane. And all this regarding travel time is a huge quality of life improvement. Second theme I want to talk about is budgeting, because what's kept me from not moving out earlier is money, because it meant to me that if I still live at home, I could save money, or money that I wouldn't have to spend on rent if I lived in a shared flat or so. Like, I grew up on very low, small, minimal backgrounds, and I didn't have a lot of money, so this was never an option. Now I'm currently interning, and I get a small portion of money from my work, like as a salary, which made this even possible. Regarding money and budgeting, I was always afraid of not having enough or not being able to sustain myself. At one point, you want to stand on your own 2 feet in life, and I don't know where this comes from. Maybe it's my upbringing. Maybe it's being a woman and not being so confident in financial aspects or even while being well educated. But I always am afraid of not having enough, of not being able to sustain myself in a way. And this fear is a big fear of mine regarding usual insecurities, and having a bit of faith and doing the step, of course, with the backed mathematics and quotes of how much and what the rent should be and so on. Everything will work out. And I didn't realize this, or this is also maybe an important lesson to me right now, that regardless of your fears, everything will work out somehow. And you will be able to pay rent if you have a job, or yeah, if you have faith and go towards every challenge with a positive attitude. I don't know, but yeah, I still have this fear. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect or in the near of it, but this is something I still have to work on, and that's okay. At one point, I will have enough money and I will have faith in this. But currently, everything is working out. I cannot save a lot of money because we're still like kind of making this nest perfect. But I can pay my rent, I can pay for food, I have a head over my roof, I can spend a lot more time with the love of my life, which is also quality improvement. And I'm super fast at work. I live in Zurich. This is crazy to say for a small countryside girl. I never thought this is possible so quickly. Also, it's quite hard to find an apartment in Zurich, but this one is the first one reviewed, and it went like this. We got it immediately, and yeah, we were just also very, very lucky to be able to live in this space. Then, third thing is designing, because where we're living at, it's an open floor plan. It has quite huge ceiling heights. We're talking about 3 meters 70 right now. It's shaped like the squarish donut. So in the middle is a cube with a bathroom, and everything around is open, which leads us to endless possibilities of designing the space. It needs some partition desperately. And this is what we started to do. One room is finished, the rest of it isn't. It's crazy to say this, but we designed a walk-in closet, our own, of course, with IKEA things and so on. But I mean, we still have now an open closet. Could also mean how important fashion is to us. But on another note, at another time, not now. This open floor plan gives us endless possibilities. And we have some realized projects and some projects that still are in the baby steps, or we are doing them, but this I will talk about later. Anyhow, one of the realized project is what is behind me. This is a piece we designed ourselves, so me and my partner. It's a round mirror that intersects into this shelving thing. We joke that it looks a bit like a makeup sideboard, makeup table, but it's not intended as one. It's now a focal piece of our living space, and we tiled this our own. I cut the wooden piece myself. I thrifted this mirror, and in that way we designed this together, and this is our first realized furniture object. When the space is done, I would love to show you all around. I filmed an empty room tour, but I didn't get to it to film a current room tour. But I think I will do this once we're mostly done. We are currently having some other projects. That is, we are so lucky to be able to design an own carpet. I know, coming from an architecture study kind of background, it might be disappointing to because you design big things like houses and so on, and then you get the opportunity to design a carpet and you're super excited. Yes, because I think a lot of people that study architecture have a mindset that they design haute couture, but in reality you will need to have a basic white H&M t-shirt, and it needs to work as a basic white shirt, and you are not going to do haute couture daily as long as you didn't establish yourself. And you have to start small, and you need to have faith, and yeah, every little chance that you can grasp, you have to do so. With designing a carpet, this is super exciting because I don't know if you know Eileen Gray did, also a very famous designer. and her carpets are stunning, absolutely beautiful. And to being able to maybe sell those carpets, like not only designing one for our own, but being able to sell them also is an insane opportunity. Like this, this is something that could be the start of everything now. So we have a lot of projects like these going on. For example, I thrifted some glass cubes, and first we wanted to do an own lamp. Like I can tell you about it one day maybe, but now we're decided to do just a room partition with it, like a usual room partition with glass blocks, which will be a partition for the office space. Then the walk-in closet we partitioned with curtains. It's an open closet with a carpet inside. Then the bedroom needs also kind of partition with a reading nook. We're currently designing this as well. Then the plants take a long strip of the living space for around 80 centimeters wide till 5 meters long. And we thought of designing a plant stand or a plant wall. This is something that's still going on. And yeah, like all of these possibilities are crazy. We are planning to stay in this apartment for a long time. That's why we're also so keen on designing with the space. But I will maybe be able to show you all about it at one point with the empty room tour and the fully designed space. Or maybe I can take you along the design process, but this has to wait for now a bit. And fourth point would be family. I had a very good upbringing, and I'm so lucky to have that. I have a close relationship to my parents, and yeah, I feel very loved. I feel very happy. I feel very appreciated. And to have in mind that I never will be spending so much time ever again than what I did when I lived with them is quite sad to me to think about, and I get super emotionally very quick because I do miss them. It's not the first time that I moved out. I moved out when I internationally modeled once, but I always came home. You know, I was away for a couple of months, but I knew I will go home again. And like having this security thing, like if something would go wrong, I could still go home. But this is not the goal, and this will not be happening. Moving out meant also that I will need to work in my master's, but this is completely fine. It will take me maybe 1 or 2 semesters more to finish, but this is okay. As I said, I miss my family dearly, but on the other side, I have so much more time with my boyfriend right now. This is also a huge quality of life improvement. I can always go home and visit them or schedule something with my mom and dad. We call regularly. I truly, truly, truly miss them. But how lucky am I to miss someone so dearly? This is not guaranteed in any upbringing. So, like in comparison to where we lived, like maybe before, we were 4 people in a quite small rental, and now this is a huge rental for just 2 people. To us, it probably isn't for a lot of people, but to us it is. And like getting home tired, hungry, late at night because of the architectural schedule, and then being, for example, 4 people in a really tiny kitchen led to conflicts, and this is things I will not miss. But at the end, if you're looking back, you're only seeing the positive things, like how I miss to talk about with my parents about our day in the evening, things like that, or sitting in the kitchen and talking hours and hours and hours about everything with my dad and on Sunday morning, or I don't know, think like we had a dog and I miss her a lot, and we hope to one day have a dog our own. Right, to you from me. So what I would recommend to you if you're moving out very soon is to back it up financially. Either get a job or make a plan on how it will work, and also then take a lead of faith that everything will work out at some point. You will figure it out while doing so. So don't be too insecure about it as I did for a very long time. You want to stay in your own feet and you want to design your own space, even if it's just a room in a shared flat. this also gives you possibilities, and you never know where this might take you. Distance is a huge quality of life improvement. So if you only have 15, 20, 30 minutes to work, this is insane in comparison to 1 hour. It also depends on your personal preferences, but to me, this is like such a quality of life improvement which I wouldn't miss out from now on or ever. I think I'll say for now. If the dream house is super affordable and 1 hour from my working place, we can talk about it again. Or if I'm self employed, also another topic. But yeah, our current most pressing project is designing our own cupboard. And maybe I can take you along to this design project. Maybe I don't have enough time because this can either go very long and enduring, or it can be quite quick and then I don't even have time to film it. But I would love to take you along all these little design processes and decisions, and I want to talk about more things in my life, quite personal, or hopefully things that you can take along, and also from the field of architecture and the whole academic background of it. But one step at a time. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope I see you in the next time. And if you're about to move on, happy moving. Bisous.